What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and today we're going to go into the snake room and I'm going to show you how we set up our turtle tank we're setting up. Yep, little by little. I don't know if you guys have picked it up yet, but I am setting up display tanks, display cages. I have a really big, cool display 6-foot cage I showed you guys about a few weeks ago that we haven't really set up yet, but little by little, I'm setting stuff up to almost, start having not only the breeding aspect of what we do, but the display of the animals. That's something I always wanted to do. So I'm doing that a lot more than what we've been doing. And that's why I got a bunch of corn snakes and I got some rhino rat snakes. I want to put them in display cages so I can kind of enjoy the beauty of these animals in their natural habitat. Ball pythons don't really move around that much, so for them, it's not as important. But when you get a snake that moves and that can, do cool stuff and likes, tree branches, and they want to move around and foliage and stuff, that's just awesome. So we're setting up this 55-gallon turtle tank today, which is going to eventually house my Mata turtles that my friend Paul Miller is holding for me right now. And we're going to put a filter in there. We're going to put a heater in there because they need warmer water. We're going to decorate it a little bit. And, obviously over time it's going to get better and better, but I'm going to put the basics in there. I have some LED lights. There's a company called Higer, and they kind of like sent me a bunch of cool stuff to review for my fish channel. I have a fish channel for aquarium fish known as Muscle Fish. You guys can check it out. I had a lot of fish tanks back when I lived in New York. Not so many nowadays, but I only have one fish tank for really cool fish, and I've showed it to you a few times. But I have turtle tanks, and so anyway, they sent me a bunch of stuff, heaters and lights, so that I can review it for my channel over there. And we're going to be making use of some of this stuff in the turtle tank. The great thing is that also Tom Crutchfield, and I think I might have mentioned it before. I don't know if I did, but Crutchfield I'm buying some snakes from him. I'm not telling you guys what they are yet. They're expensive, but they're going to be really cool. That's going to be in the coming weeks when they're born, but they're not born yet. But Tom is going to be giving me some more of the Timor snake neck turtles, which I really love. I have one or two big ones right now in my big turtle tub tank, but I'm going to get some babies, and we're going to probably put them in this tank as well. And I'm going to be putting some fish in the tank because the Mata turtles, the babies, like to eat fish. So it's going to be a really cool tank. And so I'm going to show you guys how we set that up, and we'll take a look at some other cool stuff. We just did it. We finished feeding over the last couple days, so I'm not going to really disturb the snakes too much, and I'll let them digest. Hopefully by tomorrow we might get some more hatching in the incubator. I'll get to show you some more babies. So let's go into that snake room and check out what's going on today. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing something a little different. This is a 55-gallon fish tank that I had some turtles in when I first came over here to Florida. I had my little albino red ear sliders, and I actually had a turtle topper on here. I had the tank filled up. They can come out, and they were basking up there. I had a basking light, and they grew up, and then I got a big turtle tub. You've seen my turtle tub in my garage, and so that's where they all are now. I kind of lent this whole tank setup to my neighbor who had found some turtles in her backyard. Well, found some turtle eggs, and she hatched them out, and she had them in here for a while. I took it back because I bought some Mata turtles. Now, my friend Paul Miller has them right now. He's away, so we got to set the tank up. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of a different setup this time. I'm not going to fill the tank all the way up and do a turtle topper because I'm going to kind of do like maybe a 1/3 water here. As you can see, I bought some fake plants in here to kind of be good. I bought a little turtle basking setup. I think I'm going to have to build this up with some rocks because I think I'm going to want to maybe bring the water level up to here, and they have to be able to come out and bask and dry off. That's the whole key. Turtles need to come out of the water bask. I don't know about Mata how much they come out, but we got to give them a chance to be able to bask. This is going to be their basking platform. Also, I have this is from my fish tank days. I brought this from New York, so we're going to use this too. A little bit of some wood, and this is some like driftwood, and this will add what we call tannins to the water. And Mata turtles love tannins, in the water, which, tannins are the things that kind of make the water a little brownish looking. You're probably not going to see very much because this has been in water for quite a while, over the years, but it will add the tannins, and that's good for the turtles. Obviously, we have the fake plants, like I said, and the one thing that we need to really focus on is how we're going to filter this water. I've had very good luck with ZoomEd products. I really like it. ZoomEd has a, here, I'll show you, before I show you the test. This is it's called the Turtle Clean 75. So this is up to 75 gallons. This will filter. It sits on the floor, it's a canister filter, and then it has like, basically, and I'll show you how we set it up. It has some tubes, and it will bring the water out and put the fresh water back in. And it runs it through several different levels here. It has a sponge, then it has a big sponge where bacteria will sit in there and that will break down the waste. It has carbon down here, and then the bio balls are here, which is where the good bacteria grow and take out all the bad, break down all the waste products. So these are really good. I use them on my turtle tub in my house, and those are big turtles. These are gonna be little turtles. This is probably gonna be a little bit overkill initially for the turtles, but better too much filtration than too little. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some water to the tank. We'll bring it up to the right level. Then we'll set up, I'll show you how I set the filter up. And once we get that thing primed and running, then we're gonna put some fish in here too, because Monomata turtles like to eat guppies and minnows and stuff like that. So I'm actually gonna get a little mini fish tank. They're not gonna be cool fish because you can't put cool fish in because they'll eat the fish, but we'll have some fish in there. Probably put a little fish food in there every morning and feed them. Hopefully the Monomatas won't eat them so fast that we won't even get a chance to enjoy the fish, but you never know. I see that Ty Parks has a lot of guppies in all his turtle tanks, and he's got like a whole colony of these guppies. So maybe we should go over to Ty Parks at Iguana Land. It's only 20 minutes from here. Do a little tour there, and maybe he'll give us a bunch of guppies. So that could be a future trip. I had that on the back burner. We've been there before, but now that it's officially open, I'd like to go there and maybe handle the Parentes monitor. That's one of the things I've been dying for. I actually saw a real Parente monitor when I was in Australia, when I went to Peter Birch's house. And it was small, but I never handled it. So I know Ty's got a really big one there, and it's pretty socialized, so that's going to be something that we can do that's cool as well. Ty has a lot of turtles too. I have to be careful when I go there because I'm going to want to buy everything from him. So I don't have that much room for turtles. You know, I like to have those certain turtles that I really like the albino red-eared sliders. We have some albino pink belly side neck turtles. Actually, I have two Timor snake neck turtles from Tom Crutchfield that he breeds those, and I'm going to be buying some snakes from him. I'm not going to tell you which snakes they are. That's another future video. We'll probably go down there and pick those up, but he's going to be throwing me some baby Timor snake neck turtles, so they may go in this tank as well. So a lot of cool stuff coming. Stay tuned. All right, guys. We actually Pablo did it. I'm giving him credit. He added all the water to the tank, which brought it up to about a third. We had to build up this little turtle basking ramp with these little blocks I had in my garden there. There's some, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if I might just put some plants here. I have these plants that kind of like are fake plants that kind of like Velcro to the suction cup to the wall here. I might just try to put some plants here and kind of like hide a little bit of these blocks, or I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to put. I can always put them here. My wood that I thought was going to sink, because it hasn't been in the water so long, it's floating. So, which is fine, because you know the turtles can actually kind of pass on these things here, on these little ramps. I have a heater from Higer. Higer actually is a company that sent me this for free. I actually reviewed this heater for my fish tank website. If you guys ever want to check that out, it's called Muscle Fish. From all the years I had from a lot of fish tanks and monster fish, and I still put my fish tanks up on there too as well. But Higer is probably the best heater I've ever used. You set the temperature, set to 81. As you can see, it's on 88 right now because the water here in Florida is so hot. Because I have a tank, I have a big RO tank in my house, and it's so hot outside that it just heats the water. There's no cold water. You can get hot water, you can't get cold water here. All right. So, and then I have all these like plants. So we'll probably take one of these plants here. And once again, these things look amazing when you first put them in and then as they get dirty, you wind up throwing them out eventually because they just get disgusting. But all right, we're gonna put this here so we can hide maybe some of the, we can hide the heater right here. And we want to give the Monomata turtles some place to hide actually, because they like to hide, they like to feel secure. Usually it's leaf litter that does it. I don't necessarily want to throw leaves in my fish tank. I know some people do that, but so we got all this set up here. Like I said, I'm not really digging this whole thing here. I really would like to make this a little bit more aesthetic so that this little turtle basking platform looks better. For now, this is going to have to do. I'll think about what I can put over that, maybe hide it. we'll let this float for now because this looks like something they can climb up onto, and it looks kind of naturalistic. We're gonna put our filter in here now and get that going, get this water kind of churning up. And then I'm gonna buy some fish tomorrow, probably put them in here. They'll start releasing waste. We'll be putting food in there, and it'll create the nitrogen, the bacteria cycle in the filter, because the filter has to kind of cycle, what we call cycle. In other words, bacteria build up to break down the waste, and they start seeding themselves in the filter, and then all that media I showed you in the filter. Once that happens, then the tank is cycled down. We're really not doing this for fish tank purposes. This is really for turtle purposes, so it's not really that important, but it is important in the sense that these bacteria will break down the waste products in here, and I won't have to do water changes as often. You still have to take out some of the water and then put some of it back. Probably once a week is a good idea. Since we don't really have a lot of water here and the turtles are going to be small, it's not going to be a big deal initially. Once the monomotos get bigger, they're going to produce a lot more waste, obviously. All right, let's set up the filter next. All right, guys, we're ready to set the filter up. If you look here, you can see we just filled this with water. There's 3 compartments. One compartment here has got the bioballs in it, as I call them. I don't know if they're ceramic bioballs really, which is where the bacteria grow. Here is the sponge where most of the bacteria will grow in here as well. Underneath there we have some carbon, which will pull some impurities out of the water, and then this is where the initial water will go in from the tank, and this is where it'll basically filter out all the particulate matter, the like big waste products, because you don't want that getting caught into the filter. So this will capture the first stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to move this over here, and we have our. What we did was here's our intake. So this is going to suck the water in this tube, bringing it down into the filter. The filter will filter through all this stuff, and then it will send the water back through here out this little stream bar, assuming we set everything up correctly. I've done this a couple times in my life that I had a lot of fish tanks, so hopefully this is ready to go, and we're going to try it. Here we go. Live on camera, so if it messes up, you guys can see it. This is the hardest part. This is where my wife gets mad at me, because this is where I always spill water, usually. Plug this in. A little strip. Nothing's happening. Okay, you know what we have to do? There's a little trick here. A little trap door. I'm going to show you guys. And we got to open this little trap door up here, and we got to put some water in here, and we got to fill this up till it comes up to the top so that we can prime the filter. All right, we just filled this up with our jug of water here, and water on the floor is good in the snake room. You know why? There's never enough humidity here. So we're going to put this on. Now we're going to try to plug it in again. Let's see if we got some power this time. Let's see if we got some filtration going here. Oh, I hear something going. Oh, we have power. It's working. I still got it. All right, so the water's coming in through the intake here. The fresh, clean water is coming out here. Now I'm spraying it against the back of the tank for a reason, because I don't want the stuff spraying down here. It's going to look like a waterfall. It's going to make a lot of noise. It might scare the turtles. It might just be too disruptive for them, So I'll have it spray against the back wall here. It seems like the pressure's good. If the pressure gets too much, I can actually extend this tube and have a longer tube. But I think this is going to be perfect. So now the trick is, hopefully we don't have any leaks. And we got to keep an eye on this as far as, Paul will keep an eye on while he's working it the rest of the day. And hopefully by next week, when Paul gets back from his trip, he'll bring my monomotos over here. Maybe in the next couple days, I'll go get some fish tomorrow. I'll bring some little guppies back here and we can throw in the tank. And so we have something to feed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put where's the screen top pump? Oh, here it is. All right, so we're going to put the screen top on here. And then what we have to do is we have one more step, which the only thing with this filter is it doesn't let the screen tops sit right, but that's okay. We're going to take our basking light, and we're going to put the basking light probably right here. And we have to get our timer and set that up at the timer. And then this will turn on at a certain time every morning, and then we'll shut off after that. And this way the turtles can bask right there on their little basking spot. So as you can see, we got a nice little setup here. It's kind of cool. Once we get I might even put we have a bunch of these LED light strips too that we were using, which we're not going to be using in the snake tanks, because you're going to be doing all the really high-end lighting in there.
Shh, don't say anything.
We'll take a strip of light and we'll put a light strip on here too so you can see everything in there as well. So tomorrow we'll come back, we'll put the guppies in there, we'll put the light on there, and you guys are going to see the final product. All right, there it is. We got the lights on it, a little LED Higer light. We got the basking light, which is off right now because it went off by default, but that'll turn on shortly. Not that we need it right now because we have nothing in here, but and everything is set up. We got a little basking platform. We're gonna get some fish in here, and we're gonna get our Mata turtles in here. I'm sure I'll come up with some better ideas on how to better set this up. I don't know if I want to put gravel or not. I haven't decided. The gravel would probably look nicer, but it's harder to take care of. So thinking about it, I might put a background on the tank. I haven't thought about that either. For now, though, this is our little turtle tank setup here in the Australian room. Everything's starting to look good, right? We're starting to create our own little zoo here. With Pablo's got to set those focus cubes on the bottom up. We're going to be putting lights on all the vision cages. So everything's going to look, we still got Arnold Schwarzenegger. We might have to hang him up. Even though this is a reptile room now, we can't abandon Arnold. All right. Hopefully you guys like this little setup that we got here. Everything seems to be working well. All right, there she is. That was the escaped bamboo rat snake. She's doing really good. She actually ate a little hopper or a pinky today, I think. Actually, no, a fuzzy. I think she ate a fuzzy. Pablo fed her. So that's really good. She's doing very well, for those of you who have asked. There's my male. He hasn't eaten pinky. I was wrong. The girl ate a pinky too. But my male hasn't eaten yet, but he's looking really good. Hopefully he'll eat next week. Look how beautiful those bamboo rat snakes are. Wow. I love these. I love red and black. Looks venomous, this thing, right? I'll never get venomous, but this is about as close as I'm gonna get. Here's my palmetto corn, my albino palmetto corn. Actually, is this my anery? This is my anery. Het albino palmetto corn. He ate too. I don't want to disturb him too much, but I just have to look at him because I love that crazy pattern. He looks like a cow retic and a corn snake. Can't beat that. There's my albino female. I'm gonna leave her alone. Look at those oranges in there, that beautiful red eyes. I love these snakes, I really do. I gotta tell you, I love my pythons and boas, but oof, am I so happy I got these little palmettos and the bamboo rats. I'm super excited. Can't believe I'm so excited about corn snakes, but I am. Look how beautiful that is. She's a beautiful. It's probably one. I think it's the most beautiful morph in corns palmetto. You believe someone found this in their backyard? The original. What a crazy story. Yep, there's the fish tank I was talking about. These guys are great. They're doing great. I bought these little baby angels from a local breeder, bred them and sold them to my friend Shane at Patriot Pets, where I go and get my dogs groomed and I buy a lot of my supplies there. He's a great guy. And he had these babies and I bought them. And so these all the marble angels come from him. Not the one Pied angel there, I bought online from Discus Madness, and then that's a really nice thing. I had 3 clown loaches. I don't know what happened to them, but I got the one I think this guy killed off the other ones. And I got another loach that's floating around here someplace. All the other little fish kind of disappeared. I think these guys ate them all, but this tank has really kind of evolved at a pretty nice pace. This Anubis plant was new. This was a friend of mine, James Minoyan, gave that to me. He's a bodybuilder client of mine. He breeds plants. He does everything, this guy. Awesome plant. So, all right, there's my discus fish too. I only have 1 left. I really want to get more discus fish for the tank. I'm afraid though, because the tank is so well established that I'm going to mess up the chemistry of it. But I might get a couple of mother of pearl. They're like white discus. We'll see. All right, that's it for now. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Thank you for the great feedback you guys gave me on the blue line sharp albino boas and the sun glows. that I put up yesterday, the update on that. Yeah, I know these things are getting really insane. And with nothing better than a blue boa, right? Holy mackerel. A lot of people have reached out to me. I'm taking pictures of things. I'm going to be selling a bunch of pairs of these and some females, just because I have a lot of them. And once again, I have a lot of boas still, you know, I have a couple litters still going to be born, and I'm running out of room. So I'm going to take my holdbacks, I'll keep them, and then I'll start moving some of the blue boas. Even though I should probably keep them, because I got to tell you, every couple weeks they get bluer and blue. Every shed they get bluer and bluer. So, yeah, if you are interested in any of those blue line boas, let me know, because there's only going to be a limited amount sold, and I will get back to everyone, I promise you, on that. And then, of course, the Mata turtles hopefully will be coming next week when Paul gets back from his trip. I'm also going to be going, there's a great pet store by my house that just opened up called Ogox, and they have a bunch of reptiles there. So I'm going to try to go in there. Maybe I'll get in there even tomorrow and do some filming over there. And, you know, I promised them I'd come by. They have a really nice setup, supposedly. A couple of people have told me about it, and it's like 2 minutes from my house, so I got to check that out. I also want to go see Iguanaland. I haven't been there. I was there once, but I was there when they were still building it. I want to see the finished product. I got to call up Thai Parks and schedule an appointment to go there, because I want to see all their parenti monitors and all that kind of cool stuff they have there. And then, of course, Daytona will be later in this month. So it's going to be a busy month. I'm hoping to make it to Daytona for Saturday and do some interviews there. I haven't done that in a bunch of years because of COVID and kids and stuff like that. So I'll be heading over there. I'm not going to be displaying anything. I know a lot of people have asked me if I could bring animals. I'm not bringing animals because I don't want to be running around trying to find people and stuff like that. So shipping is so easy. I'll ship you, believe me. I'll ship whatever you need me to ship you. But I'm going to go to Daytona, like I said, with my camera guy and probably do some interviews. So I find that exciting because, you know what, I like to see what the newest stuff is. And I like to, you know, see stuff I don't have either. So that should be fun. All right, guys, let's wrap this up for today now. And you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.